Welcome ladies and gentlemen, it's your host Shane Gilford and you're back again joining us for round 7 of the Champions League for 2023. It's been a while since we were in the Champions League. The last one was the Targa Floria, and today we're delivering another fantastic combination, the Japanese Super GT 500 around the Suzuka circuit. And if you're listening on headphones or with a stereo, just listen to the tune of those engines. Awesome combination. At the moment we're in qualifier session, so we will go straight onto the track. Beautiful images coming out of Suzuka at the moment. There's 3 minutes to go in the qualifier session. We've got a few joining us tonight. It is round 7 of the Champions League, second last round of the year. And we're getting closer to home with Japan just being around the corner here with the Super GTs. Not a hugely popular category in Australia, but definitely should be. It's definitely a car we would want to see racing around Bathurst. Scott Flack just going around 130R into the infamous chicane here. Really hard to pull up here. We've got Scott Flack. We've also got Vlad Tokarevs has joined us, come out of the woodwork. We haven't seen him for a couple of months or so, so it's great to have him here with us tonight. With 2 minutes to go, he's currently in P2. Scott Flack dominating out front at the moment, showing us why he's racing in Europe in the F1 series. We've got Eric Chandra. He's also in the Toyota as well. So the Toyota's quite popular. I did drive these cars and I did like the tone and tune of the Toyotas, and it definitely would have been my pick for the racing. Matthew Pritchard, our series sponsor from MATRIXX Plumbing, he's going to be doing something different in the Honda. So currently in P4. Matthew's kindly putting up $100 prize money for the top 3. $50 going to the winner tonight, $30 going to the runner-up, and $20 to third for the round. We've got 3 races tonight. It's 7 laps for race 1. Then it's going to be 10 laps for race 2 and 20 laps for race 3. So we may incur or see some pit stops on this circuit, but maybe race 3. Race 1 and 2 should be definitely sprints, but race 3, depending on tyre wear and tyre choice, depends whether they pit or not, and that's definitely going to bring up a few strategies for tonight's racing. Scott Flack's definitely one that'll try and go without pitting. We've seen him do that in the past in other categories, and it's paid off for him a couple of times, but really killed him in a couple of other categories as well, and different tracks as well. Matthew Pritchard just failing to start his hot lap there. Matthew Parry from New Zealand. He's on a 148. No, he's on a 153.2. We're missing Matt Collins as well. He's in pit lane. Hasn't posted a time as yet, so he's got a lot of work to do when we get to the race. Qualify session's finished, so we're just going to make sure everyone's ready to go. Looks like Matt's had to step away a bit, Matt Collins. He's just had a newborn second child, so maybe his wife needs a bit of help there, which is totally understandable. While we're waiting for that, we'll bring up the qualifier results. And it was Vlad Tokarev that pipped Scott Flack on the line for pole. No, we're showing exactly the same time. I'm confused here now. Definitely looks like Scott Flack in P1 with 148.7, just ahead of Vlad Tokarev in the with the 148.854. Eric Chandler will be on the second row. Matthew Pritchard next to him in the Honda. Third row will be Matthew Perry and Troy Cieslawski getting up and getting on the third row of the grid. So we'll just start the race and we'll be back after these quick messages. Okay, welcome back. Okay, we're ready to go. Boys are gridding up now. Let me just sort out the overlay so you boys can see what's going on. Race 1. It's going to be just 7 laps, but Suzuka's quite a long lap, so very interesting. Matt Collins is going to make his way. Got a lot of work as he has to make his way from the back of the field here, but he's definitely a driver that can do it, so this will be interesting to watch. Keep your eyes peeled. The guys are on the grid as we can see. Scott Flack on pole. Vlad Tokarev next to him. And there he is on pole. As we see the lights go green. Oh, Vlad Tokarev getting a great start. He's going to get the whole shot into turn 1. It's side by side, but Tokarev's got the inside line. Scott's going to try and go round from the outside. It's those two into turn 1 and 2. Have a look further back. There could be a couple of cars I heard knocking about. Oh, and that's Troy Cieslawski off in turn 1 there. We'll go back up the front. Eric Chandler just going wide. So it's, oh, Vlad almost clipping the grass there, coming undone. Track conditions have changed, but these boys are stretching out. Matthew Parry from New Zealand. He's got Matthew Pritchard right behind him as well. Or will Pritchard go up the inside? No, he'll be patient, but Parry's just gone wide. Oh, that's allowed Matthew Pritchard to go through. Here comes Matt Collins. Already up from the back of the pack up into P5, so he's on a charge. Tokarev's still out in front. If you missed it, Vlad's from Russia. So we've got a Russian, an Indonesian, a Kiwi, and even a Queenslander's joined us in for tonight's racing. So definitely an international field. Listen to the tone of those engines as they head towards 130R for the first time. Beautiful tone of the Toyota Supra. Oh, Just trying to get it through the S's. Very important not to get on the gas too early there. The rears will definitely light up and spin, and it looks like everyone's got through there quite nicely. So lap 1 is Vlad Tokarev, Scott Flack, and then it's Chandra, and a gap back to Matthew Pritchard and Collins. Matthew Parry having another incident, so he's got a lot of work to do as well. He's got Troy Czeslowski from Queensland up the back for company. But Scott Flack with some fast sectors here in the Eclipse Toyota Supra. Beautiful images coming here out of Japan. Quite an easy car, like you want to take a lot more speed than what it's capable of, and it took me a while to tune it in and pull it back, but once I did, it was a beautiful car to drive. So it's Vlad, Scott Flack, Eric Chandra, Pritchard, the first of the Hondas. Listen to that Honda NSX screaming down the straight there, heading towards Spoon. We're on board with Matthew Pritchard now, the series sponsor from MATRIXX Plumbing, heading towards 130R. Does he back off down to 5th and back on the gas again? Nicely done there. Hard under brakes down to neutral, looks like. That, oh, and that's why he's just got caught up. Pritchard had nowhere to go, he's stuck in neutral. It looks like Collins is trying to flip him over, but that's a job well done. Good teamwork there. So that's yellow in sector 3, but that's all sorted now as we saw Pritchard back on all fours. There's still Tokarev, Flack and Chandra. Blade just posted the fastest lap of the race with a 1:49 flat. That's the fastest lap times we've seen. Even in quali or practice, we never saw anyone in the 1:49s. But there you are, race 1. Lap 3 of 7, and it's Vlad Tokarev dominating, and Scott Flack keeping him honest. He's only 1.5 seconds back. He's just waiting for Vlad to make a mistake, but that rarely comes from the world champion in R Factor 2. In sim racing in general. So Vlad's a very accomplished sim racer. Showing us boys how it's done in the Toyota Supra. Oh, very tricky. Chicane, there's, if you ever see Senna and Prost coming together, that is the famous chicane there. Eric Chan just slipping it back just under the 3-second mark. We've got Troy Czeslowski up through into 8th place. As he's got the chasing the field, trying to get through the mid-pack there. Just got to be patient. Oh, he's great job getting in through that corner. Just got to stay light on the gas as you accelerate easily through that. He's taken the tighter line. Wants to stretch out and get in that slipstream. There's a 5-car slipstream there, so he should be able to gain on these guys. Watch him close in turn 1 and 2. You'll need to go around the outside or through them. We've got Matthew Parry, Matt Collins and Matt Pritchard down the back. Matthew Parry into the pits for tyres, so what's that, lap 4 of 7 already in for tyres. There is damage only 30% on the server, so he's finding it hard to get in his pit box. Looks like he's only doing the front, so it's taking a while. They're not the fastest car to change tyres on, but that's pretty fast for this class. The old tin tops. We're not expecting 4-second pit stops from Formula 1 style, but it's Vlad Tokarev still out in front. Stretching that gap now to Scott Flack back in P2. Got to be very patient through these S's. You can't push too much speed because it's going to kill you on the next corner. So you got to thread that fine line and then just wait to get full on the gas, as we see here in third gear up to fourth. Maximum throttle here. Will he get to fifth, down to fourth, down to third in the right-hand turn, and again down to second or maybe first. He's played patient there. Revs up, coming up to the hairpin now. Awkward right-hander straight into the heavy braking zone, down to first gear. Very patient to turn the car. Just gets a little bit loose there. And out it goes, racing towards Spoon. Into the double left-hand corner, down to third gear. Next corner, down to second. Just wait, and on the gas he goes. Maximum full throttle down the straight towards 130R. Staying in fifth gear, just hugging that inside line. Up to the 130 mark, down to first. Yes, got to take those inside curbs. That's a full lap around Suzuka circuit with Scott Flack currently in P2. Go through the field. We're on lap 6 of 7. It's still flat out in front. Beautiful shot here. On the dolly. Chasing Vlad Tokarev through the hairpin now up towards Spoon. Full speed now, fifth gear, 6, back to fifth, through the corner. Plenty of track left on that turn. That lead stretching out now to 3.8 seconds. As he comes around for the final lap of race 1. Tokarev hasn't been threatened since the green flag. He's on his last lap now. All he's got to do is half a lap. So it's Vlad Tokarev, Scott Flack in P2. There he is. He's pushing his gap out to Eric Chandra, who's further behind in P3. Very solid drive from Eric Chandra tonight so far. Then we've got Andre Kuda in P4. Manabu Arido in P5. Troy Cieslawski moving up into P6. There he is, mid-pack there in the Honda. Beautiful looking car and sounding car as well. Listen to that engine screaming under the hood there. Can he get up the inside? Yes, he takes inside. Can he stay on track? Yes, he does. So that's another position. Oh, he's got up the inside again. So that's two positions. So he's moved up into P4 ahead of Arido Kuda. Manabu Arido. And where is he? There he is. Vlad Tokarev coming down the finish line. Congratulations. That's P1 for Vlad Tokarev. Yes, he's happy with that one. Scott Flack in second right behind, and you can see Eric Chandra just coming around for third place as well. Troy Cieslawski is going to be the next one to collect the checkered flag, and he's halfway around the circuit, just coming out of the hairpin. Oh, but he's got challenges here. He's trying to... These boys are just swamping him around the corner, so he's just lost 2 spots in one. Oh, but he's gained it right in the middle of Spoon there. Can he get up the inside? Definitely gets him under braking by taking half the curb. But are they going to take him down the main straight? Do they have the top end speed to overtake Troy Cieslawski? Matthew Parry still in the pit lane. Oh, Troy's just going wide. Will he get caught up with the other drivers trying to overtake? All he's got to do is 2 more corners. That's Troy Cieslawski securing 4th position. It looks like Cieslawski has scored a penalty there, costing me a lot of time. Okay, so out in front it was Vlad Tokarev for P1, Scott Flack coming home in second, Eric Chandra rolling home in third, just behind the 2 boys. Manabu Arido, Troy Cieslawski in 5th, Andre Kuda, then Loic Duval, Rio Mishigami, Daisuke Ito, and James Courtney in P9 as well, your top 10. Looks like Troy Cieslawski falling down the field there as we go to the guys. The 2 mats, well, the 3 mats trailing in 12th, 13th and 14th. So let's see if they improve for race 2, which we'll get ready right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Tell them about Entertainment Park.
Well, this place, it's like, it's...
My favourite place in the world!
The thing about this place is that...
It's fun for all ages, no matter what your age. You'll love it.
What I really want to say about Entertainment Park is,
They have the best go-karts plus a great cafe. Games, bowling, simulation, but the go-karts, oh my God, they are so much fun.
look, thing is that this place is...
Perfect for my birthday party. Everyone said it was the best birthday party ever. Yeah!
What I really want to say about this place is...
Just say it!
It's a fully hectic, oh my God, venue.
Finally! Entertainmentpark.com.au. And as Tahi says, it's hectic.
And oh my God.
Okay, welcome back. Race 2. We've lost a driver but gained one. Matthew Pritchard retiring for the evening. And we've got Ludwig Askinas from Lithuania joining us. So another international driver. And he's in the Honda NSX. There he is. Getting a good start there, and someone split right up through the middle there. Looks like Vlad Tokarev. Matthew Collins is right up the middle. Looks like he had Eric Chandler right behind him, but Scott Flax nestled in nicely in the P2. Just got Eric Chandler right up his tailpipe there. So go through very sketchy on the first couple laps as the tyres warm up. But they got through it cleanly. Matt Collins, Scott Flack, Eric Chandler, Vlad Tokarev, Matthew Parry, your top 5. Then it's Troy Cieslowski and Ludwig Askinas charging from the back there, both in the Honda NSXs. No one in the Nissan Fairlady tonight, which is very famous for the blue Cal Sonic, if you're ever a fan of the early Gran Turismo days. Matthew Collins out in front, holding that lead so far. His teammate Scott Black in the Advan, the Eclipse Advan Super, I should say. Scott Black in P2 chasing Collins out in front. Flames coming out of both sides of the car. Black almost overshooting that corner. Collins getting a bit sketchy through there as well, but they're both straight on the gas down the main straight. Can he get any slipstream gain? You can see a bit of a gain coming down the straight there. 4 guys all aligned wanting that P1 position, but Matt Collins holding that quite firmly at the moment. Eric Chandler, Vlad Tokarev trying hard to keep in touch. Matthew's got all the track and he's going to use it. Scott Flax just trimming that line through the middle of the S's there. Looking after those tyres. Will these guys be pitting for a 10-lap race? Did those tyres just survive the first race of lap 7? We saw Matthew Parry coming into the pits and getting stuck in the pit lane there. Oh, Vlad almost getting caught on the wrong side of that ripple strip. Matthew Parry coming under the bridge now, also in the Toyota. Oh, and that's Troy Cieslowski and Ludwig Askinas behind here. Nice battle. Oh, Troy braking really hard into that hairpin there. Struggling to get out of the hairpin and down towards Spoon. And Ludwig lost a lot of time there as well. It's Matt Collins still out in front ahead of Scott Flack, Eric Chandler, Tokarev. Through 130R into the heavy braking. Who's going to dip first? Yeah, Collins went too late there and he just had to take a straight line. Will he get a strike for cutting one of the chicanes? These guys have some track limit allowances, but spend too much of it and you'll cop a penalty with a drive-through. Scott Flack posting the fastest lap of the race so far, 150 flat. Scott Flack really trying to put pressure on. He wants to go up the inside. But Matt Collins isn't falling for that one. definitely a seasoned campaigner, Matt Collins. One of the front runners in the V8 series. Beautiful shot there with the Ferris wheel in the background. So 2 Aussies up the front. Beautiful shot of the cars going around the hairpin. We're on lap 3 of 10 so far. So it's the top 4 still in the top 4 position. Matt Collins stretching out a little bit there. That means Scott Flack is under pressure from Eric Chandra. And he's also got Vlad Tokarev in the rear vision mirror. Can't really see the rear vision mirror inside the cockpit of Eric Chandra. Great shot of the lap data on the driver's steering wheel there if you pay close attention, only getting up to 8,000 revs. Nice and smooth through there. Collins running wide there, going to get loose. He's got Flack. Flack just getting ahead. Can't tell which one's which. We're on board with Matt Collins now, chasing Scott Flack. Will Scott Flack stretch away now that he's got in front of Matt Collins, or with Matt Collins? Oh, he's got the inside deep brakes, but the 2 teammates squabbling. They're just going to allow Eric Chandra. Yep, and there you go. Eric's taken 1 now. So Scott Flack staying out in front. Matt Collins just locking up there, getting in Vlad's way. So Scott Flack taking the lead for race 2 with Eric Chandra in P2. Vlad sitting further back in P4. He's got to get his way past Matt Collins. Not an easy thing to do. That's a rear vision view of 130R from Eric Chandra's point of view. Look at Matt Collins closing in under the brakes there, but he's taken that curb. Once again, that'll be a track strike for Matt Collins there. So they come down the main straight. Full crowd here tonight at Japan Suzuka Circuit, or Matsuzuka, as more commonly known if you're Japanese. Halfway through the race now, very exciting stuff up the front. We'll just go to the back now. Matthew Parry getting ahead of Troy Kozlowski. And that's Ludwig still trying to come to grips with the Honda NSX. Missing the first race, but glad that he could join us for race 2. And they're battling it out in P6 and 7. I can see Vlad giving us purple sectors there as he's trying to chase down Matt Collins. Go under the bridge, up into the hairpin, that awkward right-hander into the braking zone, and Collins overshoots it, runs into the back of Chandra there. I know Collins was mentioning that he was having internet issues, so he could have lagged out there. So we'll see if he brakes and locks up. Well, he definitely broke after the fact. Rejoining now with Scott Flack. Out in front still, Tokarev up into P2. So while we're watching the replay, we missed Tokarev taking the position. from Chandra, who got caught up getting clipped by Matt Collins there. Definitely hear those engines screaming down the straight. I love this section of the course under the bridge now, coming into the hairpin. Scott Flack still defending hard, but Tokarev definitely closing in. Tokarev very strong in race 1, but Scott Flack doing his best to hold him at bay for race 2. This is the chase. Vlad just going wide. Heavy braking. Will he get that inside curb? Yes, he does. This will get him in a good position to get on the gas early as possible. Down the main straight, almost rolling off the circuit. We'll call that Logan Sargent corner. But he manages to stay off the grass there. From 6th gear, gradually down to 2nd. Just wants to get in a 2nd and get that launch out of the corner. But you can't unsettle the car too much here, so you can't change gears. Just noticed a penalty for Troy Cieslawski. That's probably for exceeding track limits. But Vlad Tokarev now, what can he do with Scott Flack? He's going to hold him on the outside, but he's not going to be able to do anything from there. Scott getting a better launch out of the corner. You've got to be side by side on the other side of the car to make any impact as if you want to take that position, but he's still keeping as close as he can to the back of Flack out in front in P1. Through Spoon. Got to get a good exit to get maximum launch. What's he going to do here? Is he going to stay with him through the corner and then come through on his outside into the braking zone? He's not close enough to make any impact. Just got to wait for Scott Flack to outbrake himself, but he's not going to do that. Oh, he's up the inside. Commentator's curse. Flack's just got it wrong. Now it's going to be a side-by-side drag race. Any side draft down the main straight. Flack's just got to stay there, making sure Tokarev stays on the outside, and he won't be able to do anything in 1 and 2. Now Flack's going to push him further out because he needs that track position to get maximum braking and holds that position for another lap. He's got 2 more laps to survive this one, but he's under huge pressure. We can see Vlad riding the... and Chandra's not too far behind as well. Vlad a lot smoother there. Oh, he's almost got up the inside, but he just couldn't fit the nose up there. Will he try and go around the outside and get the inside run on the exit? No, he can't. These cars are very loose on exit and on lock as well. You can't turn these cars and be on the full gas at the same time. It just doesn't work like that with these cars, you'll spin around real easy. Not enough downforce on the rears to make that happen for him. So come down the back straight for the second last lap. Through 130R. Into the Casio triangle. Last curve onto the main straight. Scott Flack defending hard now. Oh, Vlad just getting caught up on the ripple strip. That's upset him enough. But he's trying to get on the gas really early to get out of that corner. Get back on the rear bumper of Scott Flack. But Flack doing a fantastic job defending here now. Look at the crowd here at Suzuka. Definitely a national category here, the Super GT 500. They love their fast cars, and these cars are no exception. Toyota, Nissan and Honda represented. The race up the front. Flack, Matt Collins out of the race after that spin at the hairpin. That means the Skenes is up into P4. Vlad's gone around the outside. He waited for the last lap now. He's got prime position. Will Flack force him out? Move over, take that line? Yes, he will. Oh, but Flack's going to go wide. That's all it takes. And that's blocked. Flack's, oh. Tokarev just got the rear loose, so that might give Flack some more top speed. Right up the bumper. He's going to go right around the outside. Vlad might have damage here. He's trying everything he can to get around him. He's had the majority of the race out front and on the second last lap. And here comes Eric Chancher trying to take that position as well. Are the tyres going off for this 10-lap race? So it's Vlad Tokarev. Fantastic job. No, I'm a lap early. This is the last lap. My apologies. I thought that was the last lap, but we've got one lap to go. So Vlad's already taken a second out now. Flack struggling on those fronts. Unable to get that car to turn enough. The battle's on for P2 now as Vlad's stretching that lead to 1.5 seconds. You can see the rears locking up on Flacky's Toyota Supra there. Chance is just waiting for one more mistake and then he can make another position from third up to second. Battled earlier with Matt Collins in the mix. With a little bit of a spin at the hairpin. Oh, he's gone wide at Spoon. So it's Vlad up front now, P1, with 3 corners to go. We are on the last lap. Just having word from the officials that this is definitely the last lap, so checkered flag will come out on this lap into the S's. Oh, Chandra trying all he can to get past Flacky. I don't think he's going to get it from there, but it's Vlad Tokarev taking race 2. And Scott Flack, Eric Chandra, congratulations, that's the podium. And we're waiting for Ludwig Skenes to come out of Spoon, down the back straight. We haven't seen Matthew Parry all race, and I can just see him in 5th position. He's not too far behind, but Ludwig Skenes coming up to collect P4 as he crosses the start-finish line. Coming out of the last corner now. All on the gas down the main straight. Beautiful shots there. He crosses the line, taking the position to Skinas. So it's Matthew Parry from New Zealand coming around the Toyota Supra, just going a bit wide. He manages to keep it on the black stuff, and he's collected P5 for Matt Parry from New Zealand. Okay, so Scott Black almost about to cross the line. So it's Vlad Tokarev taking race 2 ahead of Scott Flack, Eric Chandra and Ludwig Askinas in his first race. Comes home in P4. Matthew Parry, our Kiwi, finishing P5, and that was the Queenslander Troy Cieslawski in P6, and Manabu Orido and Paulo Limit there, Olive in P8, then James Courtney in 9, and Loic Duval in P10. Matthew Collins finishing down in P14. Okay, so you know what's next. Race 3. It's going to be double that race length. This should definitely induce a pit stop. But make sure you tune in. Find out as we return after these messages. Okay, welcome back, race 3. It's going to be 20 laps this one. Will this induce a pit stop? We will find out. It's been good racing so far. We're looking forward to race 3. Here we go. Troy Kozlowski on pole. Getting swamped on the start line as Eric Chancher takes a hole shot. It's Eric Chancher, Vlad Tokarev, Scott Flack. A really long run down into turn 1 allows these guys to get a good start and a good launch. Not an easy thing to do in these cars, but Chancher and Vlad really getting to grips with it early on, gaining some value positions. Scott Flack in third, Ludwig Askinas, and then Matthew Parry in 5. Troy Kozlowski right behind him in the Honda NSX. Beautiful cooling scoop there, right behind the driver cockpit. Through the hairpin, Vlad's trying to knock on the door of the boot lid of Chancher, but Chancher's just opened up that corner. He's still got the better run into Spoon, or the better track position. He's probably going to take it. Doesn't allow Vlad to have to run off just to stay on track, but that's okay. He was on the wrong side of the circuit. And they come up now. Nice long charge. Look at the gain that Vlad's got in the slipstream, but he can't take advantage of it as they go through 130R. Taking that inside ripple very early, settling the car for the exit with the change of direction. Down the main straight now. It's your top 4. Ludwig Askinas trying to keep in touch in the middle there. Scott Flack too, just sitting back waiting. Still within a second behind Vlad Tokarev there. Not too sure if you can hear me now. I just noticed the mic was muted. Maybe quite some residual commentating, but I have been commentating all night. If you haven't heard me, I do apologise. Another tech issue, user error. But we're with you now. A beautiful shot on the inside of the hairpin. Tokarev trying to put all the pressure he can on Eric Chancher early. He wants to get out of there and gap the two behind Eric Chancher. He was sitting behind Scott Flack for a long time he comes out last minute. He put the pressure on Scott Flack in race 2, and Scott Flack just made that one mistake on the last lap, or second last lap, and it cost him the whole race. Will Eric Chancher succumb to the same pressure? On board with Vlad Tokarev down the main straight through the 130R. Got to be real easy on that. Yeah, there's Logan Sargent off again. Where's Scott Flack? Is Flack anywhere near to take advantage of that mistake? No, he's not. Chancher posting the fastest lap of the race at 150.1. Chancher just sneaking out in front, just over half a second now. Not too sure if that's a mistake Vlad made, but he's closing right in. Look at him coming in under the bridge there now, up into the hairpin. Trying to get full speed, but turn and brake at the same time. Not an easy thing to do, a very short braking distance into the hairpin, so you can overcommit and get yourself in trouble. As Vlad's trying everything he can. Look at the back just squirreling as it gets caught up on the ripple strips. So go around the wrong, the long right hand sweeper into spoon now. Literally controlling and braking and coming down the gears all at once. There's no straight lines to get a good braking zone there. So you just got to keep it fluid, and the best way to do it's on the entry to spoon 1. Through 130R now, coming down, heavy braking at about the 120, 130 mark. Very hard to get it pulled up, but these two make it look easy. We've got the Indonesian out front, the Russian in second, and the Aussie from Campbelltown in P3. Ludwig Askinas is driving from Lithuania, currently in P4 at the moment, so very much an international field here. And we've got Matthew Parry, our Kiwi from across the Dutch. He's in P5 as well in the Toyota Supra. Troy Cieslowski all the way from Queensland, currently in P6. So Eric Chandra still out front, defending very well against Vlad Tokarev. Beautiful shots as they go under the bridge now, coming up towards the hairpin. Vlad trying to do the over-under, but with the exit of that corner, you can't be turning the wheel. You can't have any wheel rotation at the same time, otherwise the cars will just light up and turn around. Coming heavy in a spoon. Will Vlad go up the inside? No, Eric's cut that off. Unable to get that one done on that lap, but there's still 16 laps to go. Scott just falling back now, letting these two battle it out. I think he's looking at the tyre conservation towards the end of the race here as these two battle it out in front. Try and see if we can see what tyre compounds these guys are on. It looks like they're all on softs. So they are on the same compound. Maybe they're lasting the distance. There's Chandra in the lead still after lap 5. Beautifully presented circuit here. Huge crowd here at Japan Suzuka circuit. Matsusaka, commonly known in Japan. Located in a little place called Inocho, or Inoko. Not too sure which way it's pronounced. Heavy into the hairpin once again. Both hitting their marks perfectly. Eric Chandra racing for HM Engineering, his sponsor. It looks like what a spectator would experience if they were at the track. And definitely the beautiful tone of these engines racing down the main straight. Vlad cutting that through there a lot nicer, and that's where he's getting the gains on Chandra. They go down the main straight, they're right behind each other. He's trying to swing out get the nose up next to Vlad, next to Eric, which he's done, and he's going to have that position, but Chandra's going to make him pay for it. He's got to work all the way around side, but it's very hard around the outside there. Chandra unfortunately loses the lead on lap 6 to Vlad taking it away out in front. These guys still coming to grips with these cars. The Champions League is all an opportunity to show you different car and track combinations and the different skill level of these drivers in different race formats and driving disciplines. So tonight we're highlighting the beautiful Japanese category of the Super GT 500s at Suzuka. The best track for these cars. Very much proud export of Japan. We all love watching the Formula Ones race here. And now it's the Super GT 500's turn to show us what they got around this circuit. As we've got Vlad Tokarev out in front, Eric Chandra, Scott Flack further back in P3. That's the gaps there. Ludwig Askina's coming through Spoon, so looks like he's closing a little bit. Listen to that Honda NSX screaming down that straight. We'll go on board with Ludwig. Down in the first gear, trying to take this chicane as neatly as possible, while Vlad Tokarev posting the fastest lap of the race at 150.14. That's Ludwig Askinis, our Lithuanian, in P4. Then we've got the Kiwi, Matthew Parry from New Zealand. Fastest lap of the race so far for him is 154, so he's a bit off the pace for the front runners, but definitely very consistent in the mid 150s. And Troy Cieslowski with a 156.8. Vlad stretching that lead now, already out to 3.5 seconds as he goes through 130R. Chandra just in the background there, so too Flack. So that gap behind is coming down. Is this where Scott Flack's tyre conservation is coming into play as he's starting to catch Eric Chandra? You can see the chassis really framed up like the old V8s used to be with the sissy bars across the windscreen. Protection with the roll bar for side impact. Beautiful sound of the Toyota Supra as he brakes hard into the hairpin. Oh, just has to correct himself through there. Costing him a bit of time. Chandra stretching that out to 1.7 seconds. These two lapping very much exactly the same as they come into Spoon now. Black just patient. Oh, he's locked. He come down a gear too hard, too much, and it just locked up on him. He had to get it back into second gear. Over 7,000 revs down the main straights, 270 kilometers an hour, 280 as they hit 130R. Turn one, another corner that where you have to brake and come down the gears and turn all at once. Very hard thing to do, just like spoon. So you've got to be as smooth as possible, and it's all about the entry speed. If you're trying to bring in too much speed, all you're doing is over inputting on every other peripheral, like the brakes and the steering inputs. So the car's just not going to handle that lap on lap. You just need to be as consistent and smooth as possible. The old adage, smooth in, fast out, definitely applies here. Especially at Suzuka, a lot of testing corners for these cars, the hairpin being one of them. Spoon, and turns 1 and 2, and under the bridge as well. Very beautifully banked right-hander. But take it too hot and you're off into the sand trap and straight into the wall. As Eric Changes coming down the back straight now. The start-finish line to the west circuit. And see the other pit lane on the now left-hand side there. That's a very different configuration of the Suzuka circuit. So come down the straight. We're 50% of the way through the race now. Only 10 laps to go. Can't really see any data on the tyre wear, so I'm just going by their lap times and seeing they're dropping off. Now, their last lap is pretty comparable to their fastest lap, so I don't think we're losing any lap speed at the moment with these tyres. So my guess is that they're not going to be coming into the pits for tyres on this category. That's okay, because we love the racing out on track and not through pit lane. So it's Tokarev out in front in P1. Oh, just getting loose there. Almost a commentator's curse, but he's managed to hold it. Holding it pretty nicely as well. Coming in a spoon. Just a little squirt before he dips it down. Staying in third gear, which is surprising. Usually a lot of the guys choose second gear just to get the car to rotate early enough so they can get on the gas. But looks like Vlad keeps the momentum through that corner. And he's got enough top end speed to pull himself down the back straight and through 130R as we're heading down. We might run on board with Vlad Tokarev for a full lap of the Suzuka circuit. Let's see how he does it. Okay, so that was a full lap on board with Vlad Tokarev, and we're actually starting to catch the back markers, and he's having trouble getting past. He does have a 6-second lead, reduced now to a 4-second lead. And I dare say this is going to cause a bit of backlash with the drivers. The blue flags are being shown, so the guys need to give way as Vlad's doing his best to get through, but it's not the best part of the circuit. Chandra cutting through the back markers quite nicely, although he's just on the tail. Oh, he's just clipped it back, just getting balked by the driver in front. That gap to Vlad out in front down to 4.2 from over 6 seconds, and Flack looks like Flack's got some clean track there, so he could be gaining on Chandra. But he hasn't hit the back markers yet, so let's see. Go back out in front, see where Vlad's at. He's currently in Spoon on lap 12 at the moment. Got a clear track. So it looks like he's got through all the back markers there. I can't see anything up the road ahead. As he charges down the back straight, he's going to hit about the 270 mark. Oh, he's definitely in 270, 280 as he hits 130R. That's probably where most of his gains are compared to the other drivers. Chandra should get past. Oh, he's spun. Oh, he spun. He's got caught up with the other drivers. That's going to cost him plenty of time there. So we'll go on board with... So he's got in the braking zone, trying to go around the outside, but he's come across in front. And that's cost him plenty of time. Unfortunate, because Chandra's now down right behind Flacky in P2. So these back markers, like I said, causing a bit of controversy. These boys are considerably quicker, so they should be getting through pretty easily if they're just patient. Chandra trying to follow in the wake that Scott Flack is parting out in front, because Flack's down 14 seconds behind the leader as well. So looks like they've both had incidences with the AI, but or with the other drivers, I should say. Flack currently in P2. He'll like that one position because he's been in P2 for the first 2 races. Chandra's had P3. Flack's going around the outside, and then he's going to tuck back on the inside. Just use the slipstream down the main straight. The drivers have definitely got a good launch down the straightaway, but it's into the corners where the other guys are stronger. Chandra just getting through there now, through the 130R. So Ludwig Askinas coming up to the back of his teammate, about to lap him. The Takata sponsored Honda NSX down the main straight. He should tuck in, but the teammate getting out of his way as he's got blue flags. He'll get him up on the inside here, a lot stronger. As Askinas moves through P4, Matthew Parry just struggling to get that car to turn as we go through 130R. Down the main straight, Matthew Parry in P5 from New Zealand. Must be a couple hours ahead of us now, so it's late at night. So the current time in Lithuania is actually 1 o'clock in the morning. I should do for the rest, but it's playing with my overlay, so I'll do that on a later date. But that's Ludwig Askinas. No, that's Matthew Parry, New Zealand. It's only 2 hours ahead of us, or 3 hours with daylight saving. That's Troy Cieslawski and the Honda NSX back in P6. Coming through the S's now, about to go through Dunlop and then Dragner and under the bridge up into the hairpin. Great shot where you can see the back straight going over the circuit. Troy just coming into the hairpin now. Last lap was a 2:01, so he definitely had made a mistake on that last lap. So we go back up front, it's still Troy Cieslawski. Vlad Tokarev, I should say. He's actually coming up to the back of Troy Cieslawski, because it looks like the track position's pretty similar. I can hear the tone of the NSX just ahead of him as well. So with a couple laps to go, he may catch towards the end there. Beautiful sounds, almost sounding like F1's down the straight there. F1 of old, I should say, as we see Scott Flack coming through Spoon, and that's Eric Chandler just behind him. So that's the closest battle out on track at the moment. And this is how they've come away after getting through all the back markers. You can see the other part of the track in the foreground there. Coming through 130R, Chandler just hooking up that inside tyre on the ripple strip through 130. Big risky move in a real car, depending on your downforce and grit to get you through. Merry-go-round or Ferris wheel still circulating on track day. So the HM Engineering representative currently in P3. Can he get up in the last 4 laps to retake P2? Using all the track just to get his gains on Scott Flack, who's 1.8 seconds ahead. Coming into the hairpin now, really hot, flames throwing out the side here. Chandler driving it almost like a drift car into the hairpin, but very smooth coming out of there. We'll go for a full lap on board. 5th gear towards Spoon. Will he get up into 6th? No, down in 3rd. Then 2nd, just to settle the car, get the car rotate more with a shorter diff. Early on the gas, the rear will rotate, and off it goes down the back straight through 4th gear up to 230, 250 kilometers an hour. Should be reaching 280 before it gets to R1 130R. Yeah, beautiful line there. Just taking the inside line. Heavy under brakes down to 1st gear. Oh. Got to look after that rear end of the car. If that goes around anymore, it'll fully rotate and spin. Looks like he's recovered okay from that earlier incident, just getting caught up and losing a spot to Scott Flack, but it's Scott Flack's just ahead of him, so he's on a mission coming through turn 1 and 2. Down a 2nd gear, car low revs, early on the throttle, out in through the S's now. Just being patient through this section. As I said earlier in the broadcast, you can't be pushing it too much. The car will just have too much speed for the next corner, and you do not want to be putting on the brakes and slowing down. It'll just upset the rhythm and lack of lap time, giving easy space to the car in front. Oh. I don't know how he holds it through there, but he manages to do so. Scott Flack taking a smoother line right around the outside. You can see the gains he's made on the exit of the corner. Coming in a spoon now. Look at the speed that he comes in a spoon. Down through the gears, the exhaust just flaming out with the downshifts. Down the back straight now, again, hoping to hit 280 as he hits 279 Ks as he hits 130R, and they're coming up to another back marker. Tokarev absolutely dominating with an 18-second lead ahead of Scott Flack. But Scott Flack's right in front. Flack's getting balked by this back marker. The back marker's hanging to the inside. Is that Troy Jaslowski? It is Troy Jaslowski, so he's definitely hung in the inside, allowing Scott and Eric to go through. Well done to Troy Jaslowski for identifying the blue flags there. And now it's a battle with Scott Flack and Chandra for the last couple of laps. Scott's been through this before in race 2 where he had to defend against Vlad Tokarev. Unfortunately making that one minor mistake in the spoon and given the position of Vlad with a lap to go. And that was enough to lose the race in race 2. But race 3 wants to make it 3 P2s for the evening and take home another $30 for second place. Great shot from the jib on the inside of the hairpin there. Different angle to spoon. Great shots there. Oh, Chandra just going wide. Where is he? He's lost a little bit of time, but that's okay. He's still in the hunt. He can still sniff the exhaust of Scott Flack, so he's still going to try as hard as he can. Anything can happen in the last 2 laps. Flack taking that beautifully, just clipping the inside tyre for the curb enough to get the car to rotate a little bit more. Coming out of that corner, out of the S's and onto the main straight, just past Logan Sargent corner there. Down the main straight for the second last time of the night here at Suzuka Circuit. We hope you've been enjoying the broadcast. Make sure you like and subscribe, hit that like button and the notifications. There it is. Tap on the subscribe and the bell and you'll get the notifications when we're going live next, which should be the V8 Supercars, our last round of the year. So make sure you tune in for that. If even better, why don't you get on track with us and hit that Discord link in the description down below. Become one of us and start racing in these events. Always broadcast on YouTube. Scott Flack just getting it loose, coming out of the hairpin now. Second last lap. Tokarev 20 seconds up the road, but this is where the battle is in P2 and 3. So with a couple laps to go, it's Vlad Tokarev in P1. Then it's Flack Chandra, as we've seen. Then it's Askinas, our Lithuanian driver, in P4. Matthew Parry from New Zealand. Beautiful coverage of the Toyota Supra coming into the S's. Through turns 3, 4, 5 and 6. And it's through Dragna and under the bridge here. Flat chat all the way up into the hairpin. So Matthew Parry in P5, where he's been the whole race pretty much. And Troy Cieslewski in P6 coming through turns 1 and 2, just overshooting it a little bit. Not enough brakes on entry, and that's exactly what will happen. Actually got James Courtney in P8 at the moment as well. James Courtney did a stint in Japan before coming back to Australia and hitting the V8 supercars. So this is where he was just before coming back to the Group A's. So on the last lap now, Vlad Tokarev coming through 130R for the last time. Very nicely done. Clinical effort from Vlad Tokarev. He had to fight for it at the start, but he managed to get through. And that is race 3 for Vlad Tokarev. Congratulations to him. So the battle back to Scott Flack coming out of the 130R. Chancha trying everything he can. Look at the gap now. They're side by side. But it's Scott Flack taking P2 with Eric Chandra in 3rd. That means our Lithuanian with that screaming Honda NSX engine down the back straight. Beautiful sounds. Coming through 130R. Hard into the last chicane, onto the main straight, collecting P4. Great effort from Ludwig. I'm sure he wished he was here for race 1, but race 2 and 3 gets good results, finishing in P4. That's Troy Cieslewski just next to him, I'd say. So that means Matthew Parry coming through Spoon. Couple of corners to go, some back markers just ahead, but I don't think he'll be bothered or get caught up with them as he comes out of the chicane. Down the main straight, collecting P5 from New Zealand. Matthew Parry, one of the contenders in the Championships League for 2023, and he crosses the line in P5. And Troy Cieslewski's already parked it in the garage. So too have the remainder of the drivers. So it's Vlad Tokarev taking race 3 of 3 in P1. Scott Flack in 2nd for the 3rd race of the night. Eric Chandra 3rd, and Ludwig Askinas finishes in P4, just ahead of Matthew Parry from New Zealand in P5. Then it was Troy Cieslewski, while Paulo Lima de Olive in P7. James Courtney, another Australian, in P8. Then it's Daisuke Ito finishing in P9, just ahead of Andre Couto in P10. Behind that was Loic Duval, Manabu Arido, and Ryo Mishigami in the last of the Honda NSXs. So that concludes tonight's racing, race 3 of 3. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you give us a comment, let us know what you think, and we hope to see you on the next race, which will be the V8s at, let's see if we can bring up the data for you. And for the V8s, it doesn't show there, but it's definitely going to be Radelaide for for the V8. So stay tuned. It should be next week or the week after. Definitely if you're on our Discord channel, you'll get all the info and be well informed as to when that will be. So make sure you stay tuned. Thanks for joining us for tonight's racing. We hope you enjoyed it. Suzuka with the Super GT 500s. Beautiful sounding cars and some great racing out there tonight up front. Hope to see you again. Until then, stay tuned. Good night.